when a wooden hammer handle suddenly breaks while you're working. Have you ever run into a situation like that? In this video, I'll share how I make use of items that seem to have no value left to create a brand new hammer handle that is extremely sturdy and designed not to break again. Here, I have a flat steel bar like this. I'm not sure what it's called in your country, but where I live, some people call it a steel strip. After hammering it flat, I mark a section that's long enough and then cut it out. About 30 centimeters is a good length for a hammer handle. Next, at the 4.5 centimeter position, I mark a point. From that point to the end of the steel strip, I continue marking evenly spaced points in a straight line. All of these marked points will be drilled into holes. Once that's done, the steel strip looks like this. I'll set it aside for now and prepare the next materials. This here is an old tire, something many people throw away, but in reality, it can be very useful. I place a ruler on it, mark both sides, and then cut out the middle section. By the way, where are you watching this video from? What do you think about DIY recycling projects like this? For me, every project is a passion, not only because I can create something new from what seems like trash, but also because it helps reduce the amount of waste released into the environment. This is extremely important because our environment is already suffering from a massive amount of waste, which seriously affects our own living conditions. Two pieces of tire like this are enough for the project. I place a ruler on them and mark the corresponding points. The marked points on both rubber pieces will also be drilled into holes. And this is what we end up with, two rubber pieces like these. Besides that, I've also prepared a few small metal rods, which I simply cut from an old metal clothes hanger. Now that all the components are ready, it's time to assemble the hammer handle. The steel strip will go in the middle as a strong internal frame, while the two rubber pieces go on the outside. The small metal rods will act as pins to secure this new handle in place. After inserting all the small pins into the correct positions, the handle structure becomes firmly fixed. Next, I place the handle on a solid surface and hammer the pins hard. The strong impact causes both ends of the pins to compress and spread out, which prevents them from coming loose. The ends of the rubber pieces will need a bit of trimming. This is a two-part multi-purpose adhesive. One part is a glue, and the other is a hardener. This type of adhesive has very strong bonding power and can be used on many materials such as metal, plastic, wood, and ceramic. It's also very durable over time and can withstand heavy force. After mixing it thoroughly, I pour the adhesive along both sides of the hammer handle to fill the gaps and further increase the strength of the new handle. I also apply glue to the areas around the fixing pins. This adhesive is very strong, but when used in large and thick amounts, it needs quite a long time to fully dry and harden. After about 2 hours, the glue has completely dried. I have to use a grinder to remove the excess glue on the outside because it sticks extremely well. Now the new handle is finished, and it's time to attach the hammer head. To be extra safe, I decide to weld a few spots to fix the hammerhead directly to the steel frame inside the handle. The welding itself doesn't take long. After that, I continue pouring glue into the inside to fully fill the space. This will require quite a lot of glue and a long drying time. But that's not a problem, because it makes the hammer extremely solid. More importantly, we're reusing old materials, reducing waste, and contributing to environmental protection. After leaving it overnight, the glue has definitely fully cured. The hammer has now been brought back to life. I just need to scrape off the excess glue that dripped down the handle to improve the appearance. Now, let's take a final look at this rebuilt hammer before putting it to the test. Besides being very strong thanks to the steel frame inside, the outer rubber layer from the tire makes it very comfortable and soft to hold. This new handle gives a much better user experience compared to regular wooden or plastic handles. It's incredibly sturdy. I even smashed a brick and deformed a few metal tools, yet the hammer showed no signs of damage at all. What do you think about this easy to make, but unique hammer handle? Leave a comment and let me know your thoughts. Thank you very much.